I am always baffled at how often Christians throw around terms with zero understanding of context. And what is most alarming is the vast information available to us today, which allows us to know the truth. Yet so many just settle with what they hear on the internet instead of seeking for themselves answers from the right source. In other words, if we would just seek truth, seek knowledge, and seek wisdom from the Lord, He will give it to us. Today I want to tackle how often the church misuses the word Hebrew, Israelite, and Jew. Are Hebrews Israelites? Are Israelites Jews? How does understanding this affect the way that we see modern day Jews? Well, let's get into it. Based on Genesis 14:13, we see the first Hebrew. The text says, "And there came one that had escaped and came and told Abram the Hebrew." What he told Abram doesn't matter. We just need to know that Abram was a Hebrew. There we have it. Abram was the first mentioned Hebrew in the scriptures. So to be a Hebrew, you must be a descendant of Abram, who was a descendant of Torah, Eber, Shem, and Noah. Based on Genesis 32:28, we see the first Israelite. The text says, "Then God said, Your name shall no longer be called Jacob, but Israel. For you have striven with God and with men, and have prevailed." There we have it. Jacob was the first mentioned Israelite. So to be an Israelite, you must be a descendant of Jacob, which the 12 sons were and made up the 12 tribes. The 12 tribes were Israelites. But there came a time when the 12 tribes were split into two kingdoms, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. We had the northern kingdom of Israel, which was made up of 10 tribes, and the southern kingdom of Judah, which was made up of the remaining 2 tribes. In 722 BC, Assyria conquered the kingdom of Israel, and the 10 northern tribes were scattered among the nations, where they intermingled with other races. In 586 BC, Babylon conquered the kingdom of Judah, and the 2 southern tribes were taken into exile. After the Babylonian exile, the people of Judah remained. They became known as the Judeans, and over time became known as Jews. This is where we see the term Jew for the first time. By the time Jesus Christ showed up on the scene, the term Jew was the common term. Jesus was a Jew. He was a Judean from the tribe of Judah, whose bloodline traced back to King David, an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. So why does all this matter? How often do Christians throw these terms around in conversation without any true context? How often do we label a group of people as something they are not? I mean, think about the modern day Hebrew Israelites that make up the Hebrew roots cult. Think about how we call modern day Israelis Jews or even Israelites. Neither of these groups should be labeled this way. To label a person a Hebrew means their bloodline traces back to Abraham. To label a person an Israelite means their bloodline traces back to Jacob. To label a person a Jew means their bloodline traces back to Judah. If a person's bloodline does not trace back to either of them, they are not a Hebrew, an Israelite, or a Jew. And this matters for many reasons. Reasons I don't need to get into. If you know, you know.